Bienvenido aquí a ahora Di+TV.com y ahora te vamos a presentar la segunda parte de esta entrevista que nos dio Brian, músico del grupo de Paul desde hace ya una muy buena cantidad de años, desde el 2002, y que estuvo aquí en México en semanas anteriores para apoyar a esta campaña de Beatriz Chantal con su nuevo sencillo Camouflage. Ya tuvimos la primera parte la semana pasada, que espero hayas visto, y vamos aquí directamente con esta segunda parte de la entrevista que tuvo lugar el pasado 11 de diciembre. Antes de la entrevista también estuvimos con Brian y con Bea en el momento en que Brian pone sus huellas en esta galería allá en la Ciudad de México. Estás viendo en este momento escenas de este hecho que también Beatles ahora trae ahora para ti, el plasmado de las huellas de Brian Ray, y luego ya fuimos con él con la entrevista. Entonces, consecuentemente, aquí estamos en la segunda parte de esa entrevista para Beatles ahora Di+TV con Brian Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, let me change a little bit the subject. I want to ask you about 5 different concerts.
Okay.
And you tell me your thoughts, your feelings, okay?
If I can remember.
Okay, let's hope.
Okay.
Oakland Arena, April 1, 2002. I think it was the very first concert
Yes.
you did with Paul and Ryan and Rusty Weeks. And
April 1st, you know, that's an amazing day, an amazing memory. It was Oakland, California, as you said. It was our first show. We'd only rehearsed for 10 days, 11 days.
Wow.
And 5 of those days were as a band without Paul, then 6 days with Paul,
Okay.
couple days of production rehearsal, and then we were on stage live in front of, 15,000 people.
Okay.
And I remember being in the dressing room and playing a pinball, ding, 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 ding. And Paul comes up, goes, "What are you guys doing? Aren't you nervous?" And we went, "Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I am nervous." and he made it so fun and so easy. He said, "Okay guys, let's go." And he starts walking to the stage in a funny walk, and he goes, "Walk this way." And, like the
Yes,
young Frankenstein, walk
Yes,
this
okay,
way.
okay.
So we all sort of did it. And my point is that he made it fun and he made it light, and he didn't make it so scary or serious.
Okay.
And before you knew it, 3 hours had gone by, and
Yeah.
we walked off the stage, went, "Did we just do that?" We did it.
Yes, you did. Okay.
Yeah. And it's also a very important day. That's the day that is my also a sober birthday. I got sober many years ago, and it was April 1st.
Okay.
So for me, it was two big things, two big memories.
Great. Second concert.
Yeah.
Live 8.
Live 8, big show.
Yes.
Yeah. In Hyde Park. And it was the anniversary of Live 8.
Live 8.
And, it was many people. It was U2 and Paul McCartney and
everyone.
Bob Geldof and,
Yes.
so many acts. Yeah, that was a big one, huh? And I remember that. Yeah, it was a big, beautiful, long day. Yeah,
Good.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay. The third one, Mexico at the Zócalo. 4 years ago.
Zócalo. Oh my God, yeah. It's crazy when you have a big public show like this.
Okay.
200,000 people or more.
Around.
Yeah. And the square has, I think it has subways or water or something under it,
Okay.
the square.
Okay.
And when we started to play, that you could feel the whole earth move
Yes.
from people, the whole earth. It's not like you're in an arena and the floor is moving.
You know
I'm talking
that-
about the ground was moving.
You know that
cobblestone.
Mexico is built
Yeah.
about the lake.
Oh.
Indeed, below
There's a
us
lake under there.
There is water.
Oh my God.
I think there is still water.
Oh my God. Okay, so I felt the water.
Okay.
But it's also an interesting show because it was free. So we had the
Yeah.
public, and the public with so much love and so much passion there. And they stayed up for 2 days to be there.
Okay.
And they didn't care. And they were scrunched up in the front, like losing consciousness, and they stayed with us, And also a big deal, I think, for us because it was one of those rare days where you didn't have a sound check.
Yes.
You just walk up and play your show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. George, our cameraman, he was right in front of the stage.
No,
right in front of the stage.
Crazy. Wow.
Okay, the number 4.
Yeah.
White House.
White House. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, you're naming some very big shows for us. White House, for Paul to be given the award for the Gershwin Songwriting Prize, prize for songwriting. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal, and for that to have been given to him by our first African American president, and such a lovely man as well, a man that I personally admire a lot, and who everyone in our camp and our band really admire, President Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. And it was at a time when the U.S., it was early in his administration, early enough in his administration that, he was having some struggles with the Senate and Congress, as he did a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. They were obstructing everything he wanted to do. But not only that the oil plant had gone off in the Gulf of Mexico, Horizon, and it was a big disaster. And this had just started just before we got there. So us being there felt like we helped him get a night off, just a night to, because all day long you're worried and you're working on this big, terrible problem. And then so we got to all sort of have some time together. And it felt so big to me. Also, I've been political as much as I've been a rock and roller. Yeah. They go hand in hand to me because I liked folk music. So the political angle of, for me, just in terms of being an American who, as a young boy, welcomed, John F. Kennedy to the White House, the first sort of young, new generation president wearing sunglasses. Yeah. To me, as a young boy, I recognized his brilliance and the importance of his presidency. So to all these years later, be in the White House, it's remarkable. There's nothing like it. To walk down those halls, and we were in the East Wing in the library, the East Room, and got to meet the president, take a picture with him and with Michelle, and there they were, right in front of us. They were 3 feet away, right there. I was a little nervous there, yeah. Also Stevie Wonder and Jack White and Emmylou Harris and so many great artists that day. It was a very meaningful day for all. Elvis Costello. It was a great day, yeah.
Great version with Penny Lane.
Yeah.
I love that version.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, we had fun rehearsing. It's in a different key, and we wanted to take liberties and make it a little different from Paul's version.
Okay.
Like we were saying before, how a different version is exciting. You don't need to do a mirror version. We've heard that version. So it was fun to do that with him.
Okay. Number 5, Desert Street. Two-time lifetime events.
Yeah. Twice in a lifetime. Yeah. It is the kind of thing that's a once-in-a-lifetime gig that we got to do twice. Yeah. And, how great is that to be invited by Paul for us to join him in this huge show with the biggest artists of my lifetime, And another thing that was remarkable about that for me is, a few things. How nicely planned it is, how well they do that at Coachella, how great that family is there. And it also occurred to me that we were coming up to an election very soon. This was just before the election. And it was apparent to me that we were playing with artists that cared a lot about the culture and about politics when they were big in the 60s and 70s, when these artists were big. This was a time of civil rights struggle in the mid-60s with Kennedy and Johnson. It was a time of Vietnam, and artists were very, very vocal about these issues then. And here we are all these years later, and a lot of the pop music that you hear right now, it avoids anything that is deep and heavy and culturally controversial. And to me, it was a big deal to be playing with these original artists who are still speaking their minds now and are still valid, and that filled this giant place for 2 weeks straight, as full as it could be, sold out. You know, and it and also all these artists were playing and singing their asses off. I mean, it was just really great shows. It was a pleasure to be a part of that. Really a big pleasure.
And between the two shows, the secret gig.
And the secret gig, yeah, at Pappy and Harriet's.
Yes.
We knew we might do something, but we didn't know where it was until the night before. And we weren't allowed to talk about it. So, yeah, it was a big deal.
Okay, so these were 5 important moments in your life as a musician,
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
And what's for you in the future for the next year? What plans do you have?
Well, you know, I'm very excited about right now with
Yes.
Beatrice Chantal with
Yes.
her new Camouflage and her campaign for this very meaningful campaign against domestic violence and all kinds of male misbehavior, to be honest with you. And then I look forward to her campaign in the new year with that, as well as just the single. She's also doing a worldwide campaign against domestic abuse. Then I have 2 solo singles coming, new solo singles.
Okay.
And also 2 new Bayonet songs with Oliver for the Bayonets, with
Great.
Lucretia,
Great.
for the new year. And that will also be released along with our previous album on a re-released album
Good.
through Sony Red distribution. So we're excited about that.
Great. And I read that Paul is playing a new album. Is there any chance that you are part of it? Do you have an idea, or are you working now?
We've already recorded some with him.
Okay, great.
So you never know what's going to end up on a Paul McCartney album. You know, it's what makes his album so interesting is they just keep transforming as he goes. As he gets in the studio, he goes from one idea to another, and you never know where it's going to end. But it'll be exciting for all of us to learn when we hear it.
Great. So it's going to be a great album when it is released.
Yeah.
And to hear you play on it and on your new projects as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Brian.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Say hello to Paul, to Wix, to Rusty, and to Bay next time.
Okay, I will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Brian.
A real pleasure.
And we are in touch.
Okay. Great questions.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian.
Aquí tuviste completa ya esta entrevista que Brian Ray tuvo a bien darnos para Beatles Ahora. Puntos muy interesantes, comenta aquí, estos 5 conciertos que son importantes en lo que es el grupo y también lo que actualmente está haciendo Paul. Brian ya nos comenta que él ya grabó con Paul para lo que será su nuevo disco, que posiblemente salga para el próximo año 2017. Muy interesante. Así que puedes checar la cantidad de veces que quieras aquí en Beatles Ahora, Di+TV.com. Y nos vemos la siguiente semana en una emisión más de Beatles Ahora. Soy Luis Limón. Hasta luego y bye.